Sup my dudes, Valk here. Today I'm going to make a video talking about how I was wrong about Shisui. If you guys don't know who Shisui is or how to get him, this unit right here, you get him from Abyss at floor 50, Illusion Ninja. Now when I first made a video about it, I talked about how his ability, which is sensitivity, which, let me show you what it does. Deal 40% damage 8 times over to enemy over 8 seconds and increase passive chances by 20%. I talked about how this has potential to be meta-defining for DOT. After a lot of playtesting, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's actually really bad. So let's get into it. Let's talk about why. So bleed is 35% attack damage 8 times and cancels enemy recovery for over 8 seconds. So sensitivity is 5% attack more, so 40% attack more in total than bleed. And it doesn't cancel enemy recovery, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna be real. You're not really gonna be struggling with that if you have sensitivity on them. And it boosts, basically boosts the chance of other DOTs actually applying, which boosting DOT chance only applies to Freeze 2 and Flame at this point. Well, is that true? I think it is. Yeah, it is true. So yeah, it's only Freeze 2 and Flame that have that % chance to actually apply now. So all in all, basically what I'm getting at is it's not very good. Now you might be asking, what's Toji doing here? I'm trying to find a replacement for Shisui so you guys can see, but I don't think Shisui is going to add that much damage anyways. So I just want to show you guys what I mean by it doesn't really boost everything a lot. 20% isn't a lot. I was wrong. Shisui's kind of okay. Shisui's just alright. He's not broken. He's not meta. I was definitely wrong in that regards. He's just okay. And I've had a lot of time now to playtest with him. I've playtested with Frozen Heart specifically, which was a team I was excited for because this team's paying for the sins of Doma. Doma is was absurdly broken. He's still really strong. And this team has gotten pretty much gutted because of it. Because this team has very big consistency issues due to Freeze 2 applying at a 40% chance. And you needing to apply Freeze to be able to actually do anything with this team. So let's go ahead, let's buff this up. We're going to have one Shisui down. We're going to max him out because he's a full AoE sensitive. We're going to max him out. Then we're going to put him to stop. And we're going to put him to stop the first time around. Then we're going to put down an S-Death. And we're going to max out the S-Death as well. We're going to keep this S-Death up and running constantly. Then we're going to do Rukia, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Max them all out. Hopefully we're in range of everything. And we're going to just compare how... Yeah, you're not exactly in range. Let's move you up something. We're just going to compare exactly how well these two perform against each other with sensitive activated and without sensitive activated. This is the first time I'm doing this direct test. Most of my testing has been actually just using him, trying to revive this team, because I really like Frozen Heart. I think it's a super cool team. I think it's a dope team. There's just a lot of issues with it now in terms of consistency. In fact, I really doubt that these two tests are going to go smooth, because, like I said, it's a 40% chance, so it could be good, it could be bad, but it's kind of whatever. But yeah, anyways, everybody seems to be maxed out. Let's go ahead. Let's test them against, should be able to have no 100 mil, right? Yeah, it should. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do 100 mil with Shisui and without Shisui. And you tell me if there's a difference. I personally can't really notice a difference when it happens, but we're going to find out together. So let's kick it up 5 times because we just want to see about how far the enemy gets. And once we figure out how far the enemy gets, we're going to then turn on Shisui. And we're going to let Shisui apply sensitive and see if that makes a big difference. About right here. So now we're going to turn on Shisui. And we're going to let him actually go now. And I don't think his damage is going to make too big of a difference. I think it'll make a small difference if his damage is actually like... If he's able to actually pump out decent damage and probably like here-ish. Yeah, I'm going to say here because his damage. But if he boosts the consistency of the application of Freeze... It should be, like, over here, right? Like, the enemy should barely be able to move. But let's find out. So we're going to summon. We're going to let him come back now. And, yeah, you guys can see. Yep. In fact, because how inconsistent the team is, he's actually getting even further. Yeah, he actually got even further that time. Shisui, because of how inconsistent the team is, actually ended up doing negative damage. The enemy got even further than the first time. This is what I'm talking about. I don't think he does enough damage to have the 40% damage over time. So I feel like one of the main things you can compare him to is Blood Queen, because they're really close in terms of units. What makes Blood Queen good is that she's a base LR for new players that you can get. She's a good LR that you can take into elemental stages that has good attack stat, good high attack stat. You can just pull her off a banner, get her, and use her. She's amazing for new players in that regard. And I feel like Blood Queen's a direct comparison there because they're so close. But Shisui, however, is an Abyss unit you have to grind for 10 hours for, and he's like the peak of in-game. Like, this is in-game of in-game. So for in-game of in-game, you give me slightly better Blood Queen. Yeah, Shisui needs some love. Hopefully he gets buffed. I'm going to see what I can do about it, but yeah, hopefully Shisui gets some buffs. I really want to see him buffed more in terms of supportive capabilities, because like I've shown, here, I'll do it one more time, because like it's inconsistent as hell. Like it could be here, it could be here, it could be here, but the whole point is the fact that it's inconsistent, right? Like there's no telling how often this is actually going to apply, simply because of how inconsistent it is whenever you're using him. Like, look at this one. He died, like, what, here-ish? But either way, I digress. Basically, it feels like 20% is nothing. I genuinely don't even know if this is even working. It's that low. I've tested him with the Flame team. It doesn't feel like it. I feel like the 20% needs to be buffed to maybe 40. And if 40 is still not enough, then maybe even 50. But I feel like that's pushing it because that's 90% at that point. But the way it stands right now, I feel like Shisui does need some buffs. I don't think he's worthy of being an Abyss unit. I don't need to get an Abyss unit just to clear elemental stages. It's kind of what Sasuke does extremely well. Like, what? Sasuke is way easier to get, and he kind of does Shisui's job way, 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 way better in terms of just applying DOT and melting elemental stuff. So, anyways, just want to let you guys know, if you guys haven't done the Abyss grind yet, don't worry about it. This unit isn't anything crazy. If you guys are wanting to do the Abyss grind, then good luck. But now you know a much more realistic expectation of what to expect with Shisui. But yeah, I was wrong. Shisui is definitely not meta. He is okay, which isn't good for an Abyss unit. So, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.